squinting my eyes already here, for Lord's sakes. Welcome, everybody. This is Soul Work, and I'm your host, Jeni Cousins. And thank you again, everybody who tunes in each and every week. And on tonight's show, of course, I have a guest on tonight's show who I've spoke with a few times, who I had a longer chat with. 2-3 hours we always talking to normally whenever we're chatting on the phone with. So I could go on and on and on. But on tonight's show, I have Keri Davis. And thank you, Keri, for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Of course I had to have you on. You know, and just to let everybody know that Keri is an animal communicator, and she has all these wonderful, wonderful gifts that she uses with us. So can you tell the viewers what is animal communication for you?
Do you want the long version or the short? I guess
longer version, actually.
I don't think you do, probably, on the show. It is such a beautiful way of communication. And you know when somebody is really present with you, and they're not trying to fix you, they're not trying to tell you, you know, what it should be like or what the past was or what the future is. They're just truly present. That is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, so I would call it vibrational texting or emailing. So you're sending at that intent that you're connecting with that individual, like you're going into a book and looking up, you know, the chapter and the page that the article is on. And with vibration, if you look at the universe, we are vibrational beings. Everything is. So we have waves of vibration. And in those waves of vibration, we have communication, which is our energy. So what I'm doing is in that space of connecting, I am reading the energy and transferring that into my physical senses. So the journey of animal communication for me has been really learning about myself. Right. So I know the difference of my energy to the subtle energies, especially for plants and animals and any sort of being that doesn't use words as their way of communicating.
Right.
Does that make sense?
It does, actually. It does, because it's all about the energy and the vibration, you know, that you pick up on, you know, the spirits of the animals, and you know, to see and hear. Even when I was coming in, actually, I met Keri at the White Spot. I saw 3 angel little clouds, and I haven't seen that since McTavish passed. So I felt McTavish, Nikita, and
Mucky,
and your little muckluck.
Yes,
right?
It's, you know, I just want to share, this is popping up now. I was working with one rescue, and one of their rescue dogs was going to his foster home, and he had vanished, and of course they were very distressed. And I sensed in, so again, I'm showing up just in that space. I'm not trying to fix them. And I could smell, like through my senses, the sense of smell took me to a pig farm. So that's where he was. So that's why it's really great to start developing your senses. But again, we have to come back to ourselves and learn what that is, what those muscles are.
Exactly. And you're very good at what you do. You really are. There goes the pen.
Do you need that?
No, I don't need that, actually. But no, Keri is very, very good with what you do. I can testify to that.
Well,
definitely.
Well, thank you. It's been a life journey. This has not been...
Yes.
I would have never known I would be sitting here talking about this.
So what drew you into this? Like, what really made it for you that you said, you know what, I really... you know, want to help people and really connect with their animals?
Well, it's tough for me. You know, when you're going for a coffee with a friend you haven't seen for 10 years and you're going, where do I begin? That's how I feel with that question.
Exactly.
So I'm going to take it back to, I started into more of the healing modalities. I was been a real seeker, got to learn, and I was working with people. And it was through my dog, Muckluck, that opened me up through his health challenges and his blindness and his ears. He taught me how to see without eyes and to hear without ears. And he was so connected to energy. It was amazing. He changed my life. I got out of dysfunctional situations. I couldn't see how I was being treated. but when I seen the way he was being treated, I was gone. I changed my career. I completely changed my life, and I've been doing that the last 20 years.
Yeah.
And he taught me everything about energy work.
Yeah.
He was a magnet for energy, and he worked with a lot of my clients.
Yeah.
And he was always my surrogate as well for animals. And he works with me. Well, he's here right now. He works with me every day, and I feel very emotional. Yeah.
Oh, no, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. You know, like we were just talking about it, like just to give you an example about Keri, actually, I was not having a good day, and I was about to leave, actually. And then the phone rang, and I thought, oh, right? And it was Keri, right? And then and I was still struggling over McTavish, and that was quite recently. That was like in McTavish passed May of 2014. Right? So I had some concerns. So Keri just gave me a lot of clarification on everything. I'm like, oh my God, right? So then anyways, not just that. So then I left and I thought, I'll take your advice. I'm not going to do what I'm going to do. I went out with my camera, right? And when I was in my truck driving, McTavish appeared right beside me, right? In the passenger seat. And the areas that you were also telling me that he had troubles with, McTavish was like basically trying to put that in my face, saying, look, to confirm it, right? And then you told me to look out for the bird, right? So I go to Edworthy Park and I'm taking pictures, whatever. And I come back and I'm walking along the bridge and this lady just comes up to me out of the blue and she shows me this picture she just took of this bird, right? And you know,
I love it.
Yeah. And then when I was walking, right, just walking, I felt McTavish walking beside me, and you said he'd be beside me.
Yeah,
so Keri is phenomenal with animal communication. You really helped me through that with McTavish as well, when I just least expected it.
Well, and you know, and that's what I'm learning, is just to go to those threads. Okay, call her, do this, do that, and I find that's what it's about. It's because you're going to start like putting some courses together and things like that to help people bring out their abilities and show them how to communicate, aren't you? I've been doing that for a number of years. My passion is really working one-on-one. Mentoring's been a really big factor in my life. And I have found it to be a huge help in really learning what muscles we individually need to harness. And again, it's an organic process, not one size fits all. And that's sort of my passion is working one-on-one.
Yeah, because you're very good at it. You just have that natural like flair to work one-on-one with people, you know.
And here I am on the show.
Well, I had to have you on the show, right? Because you're very good at what you do. You really are. Like, you're picking up a lot of energy, even like when Nikita passed, right?
Oh, definitely. It's been, well, can I share my brain mapping?
Yes,
because I also,
absolutely.
my background is in neurofeedback and neuroplasticity and brain mapping. And so I have been told from many intuitive people from a little girl, you're living other people's pain. And I would look at them like they were on crack. Like, what the heck are you talking about? This is my stuff. And I finally got it, not only from Muckluck, but when I had seen my brain scan, you can actually measure. You can see, you can't measure when you're accessing the field where this information is, but you can measure the effects on the brain. And so I'm like a walking meditation. So my normal conscious waking state, I'm connected. So I am living I am living a lot of pain, as well as it's an overwhelming process. So that's been my journey. And I've had a lot of health challenges and a lot of different issues that have been my journey of healing. Yeah, because
I mean, like, you have that huge healing quality about you. Even different hypnosis and such you work with. You really do. Even help me tomorrow with my surgery, like, for the Lord's sake.
Good luck with that one. I'm just kidding.
Put more terrifying fear into me.
I had to do that, sorry.
I know. So if somebody wanted to get a hold of you and book an appointment to come see you or need some help of some sort, what's the best way?
Keri at sacredkinship.com is my email. And Sacred Kinship
Yeah, absolutely. It's a nice website too.
Oh, thank you. That was Keri. That's not great on computers, so don't look too close.
I hear you. Well, we're going to have Keri on, of course, for the whole show, everybody. So if you have any questions for Keri and myself, give us a call. That number is 403-539-6710. And we're just going to take a short commercial break, and we're going to be right back after these messages. So hang on, Calgary. Give us a call.
I am beautiful.
I'm creative.
I am determined.
I am energetic.
I am focused.
I am goofy. I am hungry.
Close to 900,000 Canadians turn to food banks each month. 1/3 of them are children. These food banks turn to us, Food Banks Canada, for our nation's hungry.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. But for many, just getting hold of a stick is the hardest part. That's why I'm a proud member of the Horatio Alger Association of Canada. Through generous scholarships, the association gives hard-working young Canadians who have faced great adversity a shot at a higher education. Beginning this year, our scholarships will be available to students in financial need in every corner of Canada. To learn more, visit horatioalger.ca.
Yep. Good Lord, help mercy. Hello, everybody. This is Soul Work, and I'm your host, Jeni Cousins. And on tonight's show, we have Keri Davis, who is an animal communicator and hypnosis, and you name it. You know, very intuitive as well. So if you have any questions for us, give us a call. That number is 403-539-6710. And we already have someone on hold for us, and that would be Rob. Rob, you have a question for us. Hello?
And thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome.
The question is in relation to a health condition that I've been dealing with for a few years now, about 3 or 4 years, and it's an inflammation on my right eye area. There's inflammation on the skin around the eye, and the doctors have a name for it, but they don't know where it comes from and what the cause of it is. And I was wondering if you could give me an idea of where or how this is actually happening in my body and why.
Why it's happening? First of all, have you ever tried actually aloe vera gel right from the plant?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, because if you had like a, aloe vera plant, right, you can snap the leaf off, right, and you'll see a little gel inside of it. If you put that on there, because that's natural,
okay,
right, you're going to see a bit of a difference with it, right? That does help, right? And things happen for different reasons with our bodies and such like that. So your right eye actually is the male side. We have a male side and a female side. So the male side represents, ego and everything like that. So what I would do is take a look at and reflect back a lot of different things, in your life, and let a lot of things go, like control or fear or anything like that. Like, there's so much more involved with this, right? This is also connected with your past life. Right, another reincarnation that's brought forward, unfortunately, right? But if you tried a lot of the natural approaches, then you're going to find that your eye is slowly going to get a little better by a little bit. What would you recommend, Keri?
I'm definitely getting a lot of inflammation in his body, releasing.
Yes.
I'm getting a lot of release.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, go on.
What I'm getting is just a lot of heat.
Yeah.
A lot. It's like he's got to cool down his body. There's some great techniques. Even Dr. Joe Dispenza.
Yeah.
Google him. Wonderful. You can transform so many bodily problems.
Yeah.
And I would really recommend that.
Yeah. So I would do that also, what Keri said. To Google him too.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's a lot of natural treatments and everything that you can do that, the Western technique, right, compared to the Eastern technique. So the Eastern technique is all more holistic and natural and such, and that has a tendency to really work on a lot of things for you. And I feel if you really give that a go and a try, right, you are going to see, you know, a bit of an improvement with it. I really do. And it's drinking more liquids too. You need to drink a lot more water.
Okay, so are we saying then that the source is nothing to do with ingredients in anything that I eat or the environment that I'm in, but rather something else completely different from that?
Yeah, this is all connected with past life, unfortunately, right? We carry over different cellular memories into our bodies, right? So this is part of it. Yeah, it's a long story, like a long situation, reason being.
This is where neuroplasticity would be a great thing for you. You can change your cells, you can change your DNA. But look up Dr. Joe Dispenza.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Thank you so much, both of you, and have a good night.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And give that a shot, you know, because that's so true. Like that is so true. You get different ailments in your body, and if you do a lot of things, you know, naturally, I always listen to the doctor, absolutely, of course, right? My dentist tomorrow, yes, I need the freezing and I need the IV, absolutely, right? You know, but when you add to it, like you said, that's wonderful. It can make a really big difference.
Yes,
right?
Sorry.
No, go on.
No, go ahead.
Do you use, I know that even with the animals and such like that, do you use anything with them? Like for even different healing modes and such?
Oh gosh, I use, what I've done is all the modalities that I've learned over the years. I basically show up now, and whatever guidance comes through, I use little bits, this, that, and the other. I do a lot of radionics, so I transmit whatever comes up. So it could be the God codes, it can be essences, it can be any sort of vibrational substance, but it's transmitted through time and space, so it's not a physical manifestation. Yeah. So I really encourage the people to really learn, though, to change their energy, right, to then balance the animals. Yeah. And that's why I'm in love with neuroplasticity, because when we bring our bodies back to balance, right, our transceiver then can connect, and we bring in the healing and the light.
Exactly, because I know some people might use like tuning forks and such. And, different modalities.
Absolutely.
As well. So it's just tuning into what you really feel intuitively that the animal needs, let's say, to do the healing on it and such.
Like there's, I wanted to share this story even with the snake that I worked with. Now you have to understand, I'm very fearful of snakes. Yeah. So when this client called, I went, oh God, I don't know anything about snakes, and I went into all this story. And then I went, Keri, if you're really practicing what you preach, you don't have to know, and it's even better. Yeah. So I went, okay, I'll give her money back if this doesn't go well. And so I showed up, I tuned in, and at the time when we connected, the snake was starving to death. She was at her wit's end. She had tried everything. And by the end of that call, and by the end of that day, that snake was eating and came back to life. And it was through rebalancing. Her shifting, the snake shifted. But when you think about a snake's belly, I mean, they've got that full expansion of vibration. Literally, they feel everything so intense. It's intense. It's intense. So
exactly, because I know their tongue is for smell.
Absolutely.
Right? Were you actually there physically?
No, God, no. That wouldn't have gone. No, I do everything through distance because it's cleaner. Yes. Otherwise, I'm in with my left brain. Yeah. And I'm taking over. And that doesn't go well if I take over. No.
Yeah, because if somebody calls you up, right, and says my animal, you know, needs a healing or something's going on, again, it's dialing in energetically, vibrationally to that animal's energy and intuitively picking up what's going on and everything like that.
Well, it's like a field. We are this light being. We have these biophotons and photons, and that's what's communicating. Right. And so we're always in communication if we really get down to reading the subtle energies.
Exactly.
It changes your life.
It does, actually.
It changes, and you know that.
I know that, yeah. I know that, because it's like when there's a presence in the room, you can feel that there's an energy present.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And then is it male or female? Is it an animal? Is it a, a human or a being of some sort?
It's something I've learned over and over, that I never know what's going to happen, and it's always the stuff that comes from left field, and I have to trust, I have to say it. And that's the stuff, that's the information that's usually the most valuable out of the whole session, is the stuff that I'm embarrassed to even say.
Oh,
like
no.
I can't even, but I've learned you have to trust.
You have to trust, and you have to be you. You have to be yourself. I learned that the hard way. You know, like with me, with every situation, right, regardless what's thrown at me, even God forbid me tomorrow morning at the surgery, God be with me tomorrow, right? I'm just surrendering it all. You know, am I worried? Yes, of course. It's fears in the mind, and it's surrendering everything.
And fear becomes the body, and the body becomes the mind, and there we got to break the addiction of ourselves.
Yeah,
it's quite the ride.
It is, actually. It is. So Calgary, if you have calls for us, by all means, give us a call, 403-539-6710, right? Because it's an amazing journey, like the animal communication and that, right? You'd be very good teaching it, like teaching all of that. Because you work with the horses. You're working with horses too, right?
I do volunteer with the Equine Assisted program for the special needs kids, which is, oh my God, it's such a gift. What it teaches you. And for me, with bad leadership skills, I mean, I've always had bad boundaries. I mean, everyone that knows me knows this. And boy, do I ever have to channel my inner leader so the horse can relax and be a horse. Yeah. And of course that represents through to the child that you're working with, or the adult.
Exactly. We do have another caller, and that would be Cheryl. Cheryl, you have a question for us. Hello?
Yes, I do. Hello?
Yes.
Are you there?
Yes, we're here.
Okay, so I would like to go back to work, but I'm not sure if I'm capable right now. So I'd like just to get your comments on that.
I'm actually I heard 3 weeks with you for some reason. It's almost like between now and the next 3 weeks, there's going to be a shift with you. You know, the bottom line, if we keep on saying we're not ready to go back to work, we're not going to put that in our mind to create anything to happen, right? You know, I feel within 3 weeks for you that you are definitely going to go for a shift, and coming into, I see some type of study or something that you're going to get drawn into.
Do you want to go back to work? Is my question.
Yeah, exactly. You have to be ready.
Well, I want to go back to work on a project basis, not full time. So I'm being kind of picky.
Yeah, if you be really, really picky, then especially right now with the market and such like that, you're going to find that there's going to be some stumbling blocks with it. I would surrender it completely, but I see actually you doing some type of study with something, learning something different with it for some reason.
Well, that would be awesome. That's entirely what I would love to do, is focusing my attention elsewhere from where I've been with my career for the last 30 years.
Yeah. Because I just feel something different. It's similar, but it's something different that you're going to get drawn into. The 17th of January I have circled for some reason. The 17th and the 20th, whatever date those are, right? But yeah. So between now and the next 3 weeks, as I said, there is going to be a shift. But I do see you, getting involved with more study. If you're very, very, very picky, I understand that completely. However, you got to also look at reality right now, because I see you getting something, not really being really all that keen on it really, but with that, it's going to draw you into studying something that you're more drawn into, and do that and grab that opportunity.
I feel transformation.
Okay. Yeah, that's the main thing that I want, is something that is within my truth.
Yes. You have to stay true to you.
I have to stay true to myself, so I'm not going to go into an area that I can't resonate with.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And jump off the cliff. Your wings will come out.
Yeah.
You're being called.
So literally don't go to the cliff or the bridge and jump and think, I'm saved.
but I feel this is time to just spread your wings.
It is.
It's time for change.
Yeah, because December is a higher month of consciousness. So you can take advantage of December for transformation. Even as Keri said, she felt transformation with you. And you can usually, you can use that to your advantage.
You're being guided.
Yes, you are actually.
Guided. Okay.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you got a female presence around you, actually, that has passed. That's very much with you to take that extra leap of faith.
Okay, well, I don't have very many people that have passed in my life,
but this
fortunately.
This lady it's long time ago. Long time ago.
Oh, then it's got to be my Grandma Wilson on my maternal side.
Yeah, it could be. But it's almost like, take that leap of faith and go for it. So keep all of that in mind and you'll be fine.
Okay, thanks very much.
You're welcome. And we have time for one quick call, and that would be Jane. Jane, you have a quick question for us.
Well, here's a good one for you ladies tonight. I have a family member that is at end of life, and this family member is just holding on, and sometimes you try to figure out what that person might be waiting for.
They're waiting actually for you to let them go. See, a lot of times what will happen is a certain family member, close friend or somebody, they want to know from you that it's okay for them to go.
I feel there's somebody else besides her.
Yeah.
That hasn't.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
I feel like there's somebody else besides you that has to do the letting go. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because I'm pretty good here.
Yeah, you're good, but there's. I feel male.
Yeah, it's the clinginess to it.
Okay, and do you have any idea how you might move in and help with this kind of a process? Because this is really a sad thing.
It is a very sad thing and a touchy thing, right? Especially being this month of Christmas. But if I had a loved one that was soon passing, I'd personally myself, I'd rather him go this month of all months. So it's basically, wording our words a little bit different to them. So just saying it's okay when you're ready to pass. Feel free to do so, right? Just in your own intuitive mind, actually. But, just hang in there. But you have to do that, unfortunately, right? And it'll be, if you do that very well within the next couple of weeks, it could happen. And I'm already, at the end of the show here, unfortunately. I'd like to spend a little more time with you, but, I want to wish you the best of luck here. And
thank you, ladies.
You're very welcome, and thank you for calling in. And I want to thank my guest, Keri Davis, for coming on the show. It's been amazing having you on.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, and next time we'll bring an animal on.
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
We're bringing the shelter animal.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And this is Soul Work. I'm your host, Jeni Cousins. And my dentist, be gentle with me tomorrow, for God's sakes. I need the prayers. Good night, everyone. See you next Wednesday night live at 6:30 p.m.
The proceeding was a community access program. Shaw is proud to support local producers and share local voices, ideas, and opinions. For more information, please visit shawtv.ca. Opinions expressed in this programming do not necessarily reflect the views of Shaw or its employees. The following is a community access program. Shaw is proud to support local producers and share local voices, ideas, and opinions. For more information, please visit shawtv.ca. Opinions expressed in this programming do not necessarily reflect the views of Shaw or its employees.
Hi there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Palomino Room here at the beautiful Calgary Stampede. Thank you for being here tonight, and congratulations.